I'm Gino Robair with Electronic Musician Magazine, and in the September 2013 issue we have a roundup of drum microphone packs, of which this is one of them, the Audix STE8 Studio Elite 8. They have many of these mic packs available. This is my favorite one. It's the top of the line. It comes with 8 microphones, plus all the gizmos you need to attach them to stands and to the drums themselves. So let's have a look inside. The Audix STE8 streets for $24.99 and includes, as you can see, lots of their excellent drum clamps, which have these sort of gooseneck positioning mechanisms. Nice, solid, well-built clamps. For the condensers, you have these really well-made clamps here. That's shock mounting. Let's have a look at the mics individually, however. The i5 is their snare mic. Resembles a little bit the other snare mics in the roundup, but quite a solid sound. Really punchy snare drum mic, and built like a tank. On the toms, they have 2 of their D2, these little diminutive dynamic mics. They also have the D4, which looks very close in size to the D2, but you can see it's got red foam inside, so you can tell. This is for the floor tom. It's got a little bit more low end, so it gives you a rounder sound on the low toms. Quite nice. For the bass drum, we have the D6, a very popular bass drum mic. Makes the bass drum sound nice and big and fat. I use these mics quite often in the schools that I teach, the colleges I teach recording, so I'm well versed in them. They take a lot of punishment. They sound fantastic. You can drop them. Somebody can hit them with a stick. They're going to sound great the next day. So fantastic. This kit also includes one of the SCX1 condenser mics. This has the hypercardioid capsule on it, which is perfect for the hi-hat, because the hypercardioid capsule will reject sounds coming in from around it. You can also get an omni capsule or a cardioid capsule if you like. And the best part about this kit is the pair of large diaphragm SCX25A condenser mics, which fit really nicely into these. These did very well as overheads. They were not overly directional, but directional enough that I could point them and pick up the instruments that I wanted to. But they had a nice overall feel frequency-wise. They didn't sound harsh in the highs with the cymbals, and they didn't have an overly boomy or boxy sound. In fact, they had a really smooth sound right across the board. So I would be happy to use 1 or 2 of these as overheads, or I could use them in a Glyn Johns setup where I've got 1 overhead and 1 over the facing over the floor tom, equidistant from the snare drum, and then put the snare and the bass drum mics on there. Or you could do a 3 mic setup where you have a pair of these overhead and maybe just the bass drum. Lots of different things you can do with this kit. Of course, you can close mic everything. So even though it's at the top of the price range, you're really getting what you pay for. These things will last you a lifetime. They'll probably last you several lifetimes if you were lucky enough. So anyways, that is the STE8 from Audix, Studio Elite 8. To read more about the Audix STE8 mic pack, as well as the other mic packs in the roundup, check out the September 2013 issue of Electronic Musician Magazine. I'm Gino Robair, and we'll see you again.